Hello everyone, this is Babamots. Welcome to another Homeworlds game commentary. This is between Will and Amnykon, and I'm trying something different here. I have turned on the colorblind symbols, even though the players themselves did not have them on. I've did a little browser trickery to get those on. I realized that people watching my videos might have trouble distinguishing the colors. Sometimes I do, especially if the ambient light around me is bright enough. I think yellow and green are pretty hard to distinguish. Anyway, so for now, symbols are on. If you have opinions on it, let me know in the comments or otherwise. Okay, Will starts off with yellow banker. Amnykon starts off with a yellow Goldilocks. Oh, I was going to mention that this was a game in the arena on Board Game Arena. So this is this is part of the ladder. This is for position, for glory and honor. Amnykon and not sure about Will, but Amnykon at least plays most of their games on the arena these days, I think. This game was back in September of 2022. I still don't play most of my games on the arena because I get nervous. I get nervous enough just playing for points. The arena makes it even harder. Okay. Amnykon spreading out their yellows, maybe. No, continuing to mirror, just building more yellow back at home. All right, Will spreading out yellow now. So does Amnykon. Probably going to build the large. So does Amnykon. Does Will spread out, trade? You know, Will can spread out, and then it would be up to Amnykon to block the large build. And Will actually getting aggressive, spreading out and pushing the yellow toward their opponent. Amnykon. Oh no, that building yellow is a terrible idea right now. Amnykon spreads out and blocks the large build. That's okay. All right, Will building more green. Amnykon does too. This is unsurprising. Somebody's got to trade for red at some point. If Will, okay, Will built the last small and left themselves with 3 greens at home. So that's what Amnykon's going to take advantage of here. So Amnykon sacrifices the Y3 to move small green all the way across the universe to Will's home. Maybe. I think that's actually a... No, it's not a good move. Will loses slightly more, but Amnykon is putting a large yellow in the bank, which Will would be able to build immediately. So, not such a good move. All right. Amnykon thinking about building a 3rd green at home, opening themselves up to the same problem. But of course, if Will were to send a green across the universe, then Amnykon would get to build the large yellow, so that doesn't seem too bad either. But Amnykon playing what feels like the safer move, just spreading out greens or trading for red. Okay, no, they went back to the green build. Sorry to those of you who don't care for the insights we get into what the players are thinking from all these restarted moves. Okay, so Will now thinking about that move across the universe for the catastrophe. But, yeah, it's a roughly even material exchange, after which Amnykon gets to build a large ship. So this is not good for Will either. But Will didn't see or didn't think of it. Amnykon builds the large yellow. And Will doesn't have much they can do about it. I guess they can press their green advantage. Trade for blue. Yeah, blues will open up the medium builds more quickly than greens will. So getting a blue advantage seems pretty good here. Okay, Amnykon. Ooh. Amnykon thinking about trading. Actually, this move is so bad that I wonder if Will saw this. Will sometimes surprises me. They make moves that seem pretty bad that turn out to be really good. So I wonder if Will actually had the foresight that Amnykon was going to have to trade for green or else do a lot of piece shuffling. And if they trade for green, that puts the yellow back in the bank. Will can build the yellow, overpopulating both of Amnykon's larges, and Will becomes way ahead. So Amnykon is going to take this back, I'm sure. Yes, they realized it eventually. Okay, so they've got to do some shuffling here. Spreading out the yellows. All right, what does Will do? Will builds blue, I bet. Trying to keep the blue out of Amnykon's hands. Amnykon trades for red. Maybe. Or now they trade their home yellow for green. I think that's a pretty good move. Trading for red's not too bad, though. Yeah, so Will can build that Y3, but if they do, Amnykon sacrifices to capture it and captures Will's little yellow. Either way, things are looking pretty good for Amnykon. Will trades for a little red, which they need to do because, well, they need to trade for a red somewhere. Since otherwise Amnykon invades. Oh yeah, and for that reason, if none other, it wouldn't. Even if Amnykon didn't have the option to capture, the threat of invasion means Will should not have built the Y3, which of course they didn't. Amnykon gets another large yellow. Oh boy. Well, this might be a sort of one-sided game. I didn't know anything about it when I picked it up. Let's see. Will's in quite a pickle. Building more red. Yeah, that is one thing, is that Amnykon is very limited in where they can build. Amnykon spreading out the yellows, and getting more aggressive by moving the large yellow and then the small yellow into Will's home. Amnykon can overpopulate the yellows for a relatively low price. If Will doesn't get their yellow out of there. Okay, Will moves out and even threatens that little yellow. That seems pretty good. Amnykon trades for red back at home. Yeah, I guess there was some threat of Will moving in with yellows, and Amnykon having to sacrifice their large red to capture things. I'm not quite sure why Amnykon decided on red here. I would have gone for green. I get antsy if I don't have green at home. Amnykon thinking about the green. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that better. Will now sacrifices to capture that little yellow. I think that's pretty good. Long term, though, I feel like Will should be building up blue to keep Amnykon from getting blue. Oh boy. Okay, Amnykon sees something. Sacrifices Y3. No, I don't think they've got any kind of play like that. I mean, I guess they could move their R3 into Mongo. But I don't love that choice. Okay, sacrifices Y3 to move R3 and Y3 into Will's home. I don't think that works out. Will captures the R3, and Amnykon's invasion is over. I think Amnykon miscalculated. They're going to have to take that back. Yeah, they do. All right, Amnykon reinforces their home, maybe. All right, come on. Let's get to the real play. Okay, they build green at home. I think that's quite sensible. Home is a place where they can now build and diversify. They can also sacrifice that little green to, say, build a little red out here that they could use to sacrifice so that they can actually perform a capture without having to sacrifice their large red. Amnykon, I think, trying to threaten this Y3. Or, sorry, Will is trying to threaten Amnykon's Y3. Yeah, Amnykon spreads out. Well, they evacuate their erstwhile colony. Erstwhile is a good word. Okay, Will now spreading out the yellows. Yeah, I was going to say I'm more concerned with anywhere that you have two ships together that aren't large enough. That's a good opportunity for invasion. Amnykon trading for red at home. And that decreases the risk of invasion. Previously, if Will had moved yellow into Amnykon's home, Amnykon would have had to sacrifice the R3 to capture. And looks like Will is thinking about moving in anyhow. I don't think this is going to work out. Oh, well, I guess it can. Yeah, okay, Amnykon captures this Y2. Will sacrifices Y2 to move two more yellows into Amnykon's home, overpopulates the star. But Will would then be left with just 3 ships. Will is hopelessly outnumbered. Actually, Will is pretty close to being hopelessly outnumbered anyway. Yeah, in fact, I think Will is actually just doing this to stall. Because with so much more red, Amnykon's... Okay, yeah, I was slow to notice this. Amnykon sacrifices Y3 to move 2 larges into Will's home. Amnykon has, even if Will captures the R3, Amnykon sacrifices the R2 to capture too much of Will's stuff. So, Amnykon is going to win. Will, I think, is just trying to make things look a little better from their side. Yeah, here come the larges. Boy, what a minimalistic game. No colonies left at all. Yeah, and Amnykon captures the rest. Will ends up with a ship in Amnykon's home, though, so made things look closer than maybe they were. All right, well, that was a good game. Congratulations to Amnykon, and good on Will for some very good plays. And interesting game that ended with nothing but the Homeworlds left. That's pretty unusual. All right, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.